కృష్ణా జాలిగామ మరియు లక్ష్మీ పేరి గారుల మానస వీణ మీ మనసుకు నచ్చిన కబుర్లు మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ DCL రేడియో శ్రోతలందరికీ. మానస వీణ మీ మనసుకు నచ్చిన కబుర్లతో KP జాలిగామ అండ్ లక్ష్మీ పేరి మీ అందరి ముందు ఉన్నాము. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ అండి. లక్ష్మి గారు బాగున్నారా?
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ KP గారు, నేను బాగున్నాను. మీరు బాగున్నారా?
బాగున్నామండి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ది చాలా మన లాస్ట్ వీక్ కలవలేకపోయాము. సో ఈ వీక్ మన శ్రోతలకు ఎలాంటి సమాచారాన్ని అందజేస్తున్నారు? సో what kind of activities that you are going to be presenting today, and ఎవరైనా గెస్ట్లు ఉన్నారా? సో can you talk about them?
Sure, Andy. Today it is a great day for all of us who are listening to our radio show, because the reason to be happy was that Mr. Avinash Tiku, the guru, proud S+ teacher, a visionary with extensive leadership experience in managing youth programs, stress relieving and peace initiatives, Guruji himself is an institution. Avinash Ji is working towards restoring human values and help create stress-free, violence-free society under the guidance of His Holiness Sri Ravi Shankar Guru Garu, the founder of Art of Living. Avinash Ji has been kind enough to agree to give his 1 hour of his time to speak about the art of living. With humbly, I would like to request Mr. Avinash Ji to our radio program today.
Thank you so much.
What a nice introduction, Andy. Thank you. Avinash Garu, welcome to DCL Radio Manasa Veena program. And we are conducting this program for the past 7 or 8 months, sir. And we received many appreciations from various listeners. And we present every week a different program, and we invite various guests to the program, and we try to obtain more information about what is happening across the world. Not only just Art of Living. This is the first time we are doing this Art of Living program, a related program, and thank you so much, Lakshmi Garu, for introducing Avinash Garu to the our listeners, and thank you, Avinash Garu, for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my pleasure and it's an honor to speak on your show.
Very nice, sir. So, Lakshmi Garu, before we start, do you have any introduction or questions for Avinash Garu, or what is the plan? How are we planning to take it further?
Sure. I would like to request Avinash Ji to speak about himself and his organization. Then later on, as the show begins, we can be able to explore more about, and we can be able to learn more about what is art of living, how can we make our lives better by learning the techniques from him. And meanwhile, I request all the audiences who are listening to the show, if you would like to ask any questions about art of living, or anything that you have troubles in your life that you would like to overcome, please do call us at 248-264-3930. Thank you. Avinash Ji, could you please help us understand of what is art of living, and about yourself, please?
Okay. So my name is Avinash Tiku, and I come from Kashmir in India. So 1990 was the time when we left Kashmir. So that is a very important incident which happened in my life. So I'll just tell you how I came to Art of Living. So I was doing my engineering from Bombay University, and few friends of mine had done the Art of Living workshop, and they were pursuing me to do it. But somehow, while I was doing my engineering, I was very active in other things like sports and modeling and other curricular activities. I used to represent college, my cricket, basketball. So I didn't understand that why I should learn the art of living, because when I was myself thinking that I know things and I'm doing, my life is good, my life is happy. And my definition of spirituality was that it is only meant for people who are either not doing anything in life, or they are a little depressed, or who they need something more, because I was pretty happy and I was doing well in my life. So that was my perception. But then suddenly one of my very close dear friends, in fact he was my roommate, and he persisted me and insisted me about doing the art of living workshop. And I could not say no. It was like an emotional blackmail to me, and I had to go to this workshop, and it was an 6-day program for the youngsters. It is called as the Yes Plus program, and where I learned the first time ever I learned the art of living techniques, and that was an absolutely life-changing experience in my life, where first of all I could see the difference in my mind, how my mind can be so silent and calm and peaceful, which I had never ever imagined that my mind can be silent, because I was a person who was very very active, very restless, I'll say, like very active, like doing things here and there. So sitting at one place with eyes closed was a big deal. And that workshop gave me an interesting insight that my mind can be also calm and relaxed. So that was my very very deep experience for me. And then, the workshop was very fun. It was not like an pravachan or like discourse where somebody is saying and then you have to just say yes to it. So it was a very interactive, playful, full of games, discussions. So the learning was very uh, the learning was an experience. So it was not somebody telling me. So I got my own experience of the learning. So that was the workshop part. But the more important part came when the course was getting over in the last day, where one of the trainers, very senior trainers, had come on our workshop, and he told a story about how Art of Living Foundation was very active in Kashmir, and the foundation has worked so much, and because of the work and because of the workshops, many terrorists had surrendered their arms in Kashmir. Now that was something very very surprising for me, because
Yeah.
I thought this is not real. This is a fictional story, because I was in Bombay and I thought nobody knows about terrorists in Kashmir and nobody knows the situation. So it's very easy to tell a very interesting story which nobody can even question. But I, coming from Kashmir and having seen that whole uh, trauma of leaving Kashmir and seeing the pain which we went through. So I went to our trainer. I said, what you're talking, is it real? And I don't really believe you, because I come from Kashmir and I cannot believe that a terrorist will just through a meditation program leave his arms. So then he made me speak to one of the ex-terrorists, and he was a pretty big guy in that terrorist thing. And I spoke to him. He shared how his life had changed after the art of living workshop, and how he's serving the society back. And that is the time I decided that this knowledge and this wisdom needs to reach out to more and more people. And that is the time, after my engineering, I decided to pursue art of living as a full-time thing. I decided to spread this wisdom, knowledge to more and more people. And so that is how I kind of started
Nice.
my journey.
Yeah. So Avinash ji, first of all, I am very happy that in my entire life, I never spoken with a Kashmiri
Oh
person.
wow.
Like even though I'm from India, because I'm from South India, typically
Right.
if you look at very few people will be coming from
Right,
Kashmir to
right.
Hyderabad, and you are the first person, and thank you so much, and I'm very
You're
happy
welcome. I'm glad that
that.
I'm glad that we have this medium where we can connect.
That's fantastic. So, Lakshmi Garu, did you talk to any Kashmirian in the past?
Yes, I did, and I did. Fortunately, I got an opportunity. My sister was studying in medicine in Usmania University. My sister's neighbor roommate was a Kashmiri. She's very pretty. She used to be very pretty and close to my sister. So that's how when we go to lunch, the cafeterias and walkings and everything, I used to tag along with my sister because she's very close to me. So I used to spend my summer holidays in Usmania University rather than my parents' house. It wasn't good in my parents' house. So that's when I actually was almost with her, interacting with her and talking with her. And she was very fair, very beautiful. So yeah, I did speak when I was in my engineering college. Yeah.
Good, and you are very fortunate. So,
Yeah.
Avinash ji, a question for you. Since you are a full-time teacher, and all of a sudden you became Art of Living member, or founding member or foundation, one of the foundation members. But the bottom line is, what is Art of Living Foundation? Can you tell about
Okay.
that and to the
Right.
listeners?
So I think the name itself is in a manner very simple, but yet it is little intriguing because if somebody says that I have been living my life, so how anybody can teach me the art? But exactly how there is an art to everything. There is an art to driving. There is an art to cooking. Same way there is an art to living. So Art of Living Foundation was founded by Param Pujya Shri Ravi Shankar ji in 1981, where with the idea that how can this planet become stress-free and violence-free. And if we look at right now, how there is so much conflict because of small issues. So the foremost goal of Art of Living is to create an one world family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which we say. That how there is, because this whole planet is like one family, and how can we really feel that? And this Shri Ravi Shankar ji went into a 10 days of silence, and where he kind of got this very profound and very deep technique called a Sudarshan Kriya, which he started teaching. And this technique has brought a lot of relief, I will say, and given a very new dimension to people's life. Few things which Art of Living, I'll say, which I feel is it should be known to more and more people, is the work it has been doing all across the world. Art of Living is right now one of the largest non-profit organizations and one of the largest volunteer-based organizations in the world. So, few things which we have been doing. One of the very big contributions of Art of Living Foundations in the recent past has been the founder has been helpful, and he was a medium in bringing the conflict in Colombia. So there was a conflict, 52-year-old conflict in Colombia between the government and the rebels. So, and this conflict was not ending at all. It was going, some millions of people were affected, and nobody knew where will the country go towards, because both people were not giving up, and many people from different countries, different agencies wanted to bring a resolution or an common end, but somehow it couldn't happen. And 2-3 years back, Shri Ravi Shankar ji went to Colombia, and he had a dialogue with the rebels, the FARC rebels. And to our surprise, what happened was, after 3 days of his dialogue, all those people decided to carry on their revolution in a peaceful manner on the Gandhian principle, which was a very big thing. I mean, the whole media was taken aback, the whole country was taken aback, and in fact, in just 1 year of the time, they even surrendered their arms to United Nations. And one of the reasons the Nobel Peace Prize went to the Colombian president last year was this initiative of Shri Ravi Shankar ji and Art of Living Foundation. So this is a very big deal, and an Indian, so-called Indian spiritual guru going to Colombia and bringing peace right there is something remarkable. So in basic, I will say, in a very simple line, even people ask Shri Ravi Shankar ji that what is your aim in life? He says to bring a smile in everybody's face. So that's what Art of Living, I'll say, is. And so the whole principle basically is, once you feel peaceful from within, once you feel calm, relaxed, happy, then you can really contribute back to the society. Because once I am stuck in my own life, because we have small issues, we have big issues in our life, and which we get caught up. So bringing that change in the society sometimes takes a backseat. We all want to see a very good, perfect society, but when it comes to giving back, then we have our own things happening in our life because of which we get caught. But the moment you feel free, if you feel more happy, more calm, more peaceful, more joyful, you suddenly have this zeal and passion to give back to the society, and that is the principle. We always call it, we say we are the iPods, inner peace and outer dynamicism. Once you are peaceful from inside, you can be more and more dynamic in the outside world. So yes, so I really feel proud that I'm part of this foundation. And one of the very interesting things we are doing in India is we are reviving rivers. And in last few years, we have revived more than 33 rivers where there was nothing. And now there are full flowing 33 rivers in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. Yeah, recently, one more interesting in Manipur, 68 militants from the most dreaded militant outfits left their arms because of the artillery intervention. So we have schools where we teach around 400,000 kids for free. We have rural programs. We have corporate programs. We have whatever is needed for different backgrounds of society. We have a certain tailor-made program for them where they can really feel enhanced in their own life from their mind, and they can work back for the society. So yeah.
Okay, Avinash. Before we go to the next question, I would like to introduce one of our favorite gurus in our radio show. He's a very vast, knowledgeable person in our wisdom, like Vedas and Upanishads. Every day he teaches us, the listeners, the Bhagavad Gita. He knows a lot about Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything. So I take pleasure in inviting Guru Garu in this show. Guru Garu,
if we have any doubts, our contact person is Guru Garu. So yeah.
Guru Garu, are you there?
Maybe he's on mute.
Okay, no problem. So,
why can't we start the second question, Lakshmi?
Yeah, go ahead, Andy. Yeah.
You go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Michigan, right, Avinash, right now?
Right now, yes.
Okay. Could you please tell us about your program, your schedule, and so that anyone are interested, they can be able to join?
So I had come to US to see my family, which is in Boston, and my aunt is not very well. So I just wanted to see her and spend time with her. But then I was invited by the Michigan group here, and they said, why don't you come here and why don't you help us in organizing one of very big events which is happening, which is a very big event. So we're having an event on 7th and 8th of July where Shri Ravi is coming here, and he's doing this profound series of workshop meditation techniques. It's called as Vigyan Bhairav. So he'll be doing a workshop in that, and so I'm just here to help the team and boost the morale for them. So that's why I'm right now here in Michigan, when this event is happening in Detroit downtown on 7th and 8th of July. So I was requested, so so I could have took off some time from my family. I'm right here to help them organizing this event. So this will be a launch for also, apart from the meditation techniques, it will be a launch of stress-free, violence-free Michigan. So we'll be launching a campaign from that stage in presence of Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji about how can we create stress-free and violence-free Michigan? How can we reduce the violence? How can we reduce the stress in the entire state of Michigan? So that will be also a very big step we'll be taking to bring more peace to the entire state of Michigan.
That's wonderful. We are very, very happy to have you here, Guru Garu, and you, Avinash. For us, for our benefit, could you please explain us briefly, at least briefly, about how to stop worrying, or at least what is stress and how do you get rid of that?
Okay. So there are a couple of definitions of stress, and it's become a very, the most popular word, I think, Even now the kids who are 7 or 8 years old, they also say that I'm stressed, which is very I always get surprised at how can these people be also stressed, because when we were that age, we didn't even know the meaning of the stress, but now it has become like a lifestyle. So stress, I'll give you two definitions of stress. One, how Shri Ravi Shankar Ji says, stress is something when you have too many things in your hands, but you have less time and less energy. Now, we cannot change the time part. Like suppose you have a deadline, you have to submit your presentation in your office, or you are studying in a university and you have to finish a certain assignment at certain time. You cannot request your professor or your boss that, I don't have enough time. Can you stretch the time? That is not possible. But what we can really work upon is energy. And if we look upon, we'll take majorly the energy from 4 sources. That is food, sleep, breath, and a calm, happy, meditative mind. But if we look in our lives, there are majorly these 2 sources which we pay attention on. Food and sleep. But breath and mind is somewhere we neglect it. And the moment we neglect breath and mind and happy mind, that is where the stress peeps in. And the other definition I'll give of the stress is the constant vacillation of mind between past and future. If you'll see, even right now, I'm talking to you, but suddenly there is something which is going in the mind, right? What will happen next? What is in the dinner? Tomorrow, what time I have to leave? Oh, this happened. Oh, how did my son go? So there are too many things which happen in past and future. One of the things is what will happen to you, and the other is what has happened to me. And these are the 2 things which bring worry and stress in our life. And so many times there is a struggle to really bring our mind to this moment. So many times I see parents telling their kids that, where is your mind? Where is your mind? Why can't you bring your mind to the present? But I so many times ask them that, do you know that? Do you really yourself know how to bring the mind to the present, to this moment? We tell them don't be angry, but sometimes when we are saying that, we are ourselves angry. So we have this has never ever been unfortunately talked in our education system, that how do we handle mind? How do we handle emotions? Like when I'm angry, when I'm feeling sad, when I'm feeling a little low, what do I do then? So this is where one of the most powerful tools, which I'll say, which is always with us, and you don't have to wait for weekend to make your mind okay. Because so many times you're waiting for that weekend. Oh, weekend will come, then we'll be okay. We'll go for a drive, we'll go for a vacation. But something which is always with us, which is our breath. And if you just pay attention towards your breath, you will be astonished at how your mind can come more and more in the moment. And the more the mind is in the moment, the worrying goes away, the stress goes away, and your productive levels, your efficiency levels, your creative levels all enhance. So yeah, this is something which is very amazing. And if you'll see, this is the first act which we have done in our life, the breath. When we were born, the first thing which we did was we took a breath in. And the last act we'll do is we'll breathe out. And this whole journey between first breath in and the last breath out is life. And that is where all the challenges come up. And even asked so many times that, when I'm addressing our audiences, and if audiences are also listening to me, I will ask them, when was the last time you really remembered that you were breathing? Suddenly this will bring a very big question mark. So it is either when we are working out, when we are gymming, or we have to climb a tall story up. Then we realize otherwise we don't pay any attention towards our breath. And if you pay attention towards your breath, I will say this is the link between the body and the mind. We have, and especially in this country, like the way, like the necessities are taken care of, so body, we know how to handle very well. We know what time to sleep, like we need to eat good food, we need to eat organic food, everything is done. But when it comes to the level of the mind, we don't know how to handle that. And this is where when you align your body and the mind with the help of the breath, the mind also starts coming more and more to the moment, more and more awareness dawns in. And once that happens, the worrying part goes for a toss. Suddenly you'll see, oh, when was the last time I worried?
You're right, absolutely. Yeah. So stress, you have explained everything in very briefly and excellently. So meditation and breath control, like how are you breathing is what it takes care of everything, basically. So that is something that we are lacking because we are very busy worrying constantly about so many things. But if you pay attention to your breathing, your life will be in good hands.
So I will say breath is a tool where you can go on the realm of your mind, and once you go, then meditation can happen. In fact, many people I meet, they say, I'm so busy that I cannot meditate. I don't have time. But I'll just tell you a very interesting quote from Mahatma Gandhi, which not many people know. So he used to say that I am today so busy that I don't have my time for 1 hour of meditation. I will have to do 2 hours.
Okay. Avinash ji, definitely I need 4 hours time meditation now, I think. So why people should do meditation, and what is meditation? Can you explain, please?
Okay. So, one, I can explain the theory, but it's an experience. But still, I'll tell you why people should be meditating and what happens with that. Uh, Very simple thing. So, suppose I'm living in Novi, and in the morning, if I have to leave from my home from Novi to Detroit downtown at 8 a.m., it will take me approximately how much time, Lakshmi ji? Approximately
30 minutes?
30, 30, 35. Okay, let's say.
Yeah.
And now it's the same thing you have to cover at 1 a.m. in the midnight. How much time will it take you?
Half of the time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, half the time. So now what has changed? The distance is same, but what has
Correct.
changed?
Traffic
The
is not
traffic.
there.
The
No,
Traffic
traffic
is not there.
No,
Exactly.
and the signals are not there, so it is free.
Right.
You're totally
Exactly.
free.
And
Exactly.
night time, Lakshmi Garu typically drives around 120 per mile, 120 miles per hour.
Yes, she
I
can
know.
drive at Lakshmi ji can drive at 120 because there is no traffic. Right?
Yeah, I know, but
But I'll be sleeping too. That's the tricky part.
I will not suggest that's a good idea.
from today onwards, you will also drink.
And I don't have license too.
Oh. So if we see, just the traffic has gone less. So what happens? Suddenly the speed increase. Yeah, there is more time. So if we look at our mind has also a lot of traffic of thoughts. Right now you're talking to me, but there are so many thoughts going on in your mind, and we don't know how to clear the traffic. Other example I give is we have all cell phones. So if you have an iPhone, you press the center button twice, and you suddenly see all the apps opening up. Or if you have an Android phone, you either press the left side or the right side, and again the apps open up. And we delete those apps every day so that the speed of the phone increases because the RAM, the memory, has become full. Now my question to you is, how do I clear those apps, those things which are working simultaneously in my mind, which are not needed? And that is what, in a simple term, meditation is. It is like switching off your mind. And the biggest irony is, it is the most simplest thing you can do. So meditation is basically doing nothing. Now, people tell me, how can you do that? I say, this is the most easiest thing, because that's what we all want to do. We want to do, sometimes we want nothing. Yeah. So if you can learn a little bit about meditation, because, I'm on a phone and it'll be tough, but, if you can take out some time to learn meditation, you will be astonished at how it is so effective. Now, few medical researches, I always tell this, especially for people from our country, from India, we always need a very strong stamping from the West to make it more authentic. I was giving this example so many places that, a couple of years back, I think I don't know which year exactly, there was a very popular drink in US which kind of became the drink of the year. It was the golden milk. Now they said, what is golden milk? So they said, golden milk is turmeric milk. And they named it cafe turmeric latte. Now I'm pretty sure you, me, whoever is listening to us, sometime when we were little kids, our parents have forced us to drink turmeric milk.
Yeah.
And we have all ran away. But to my surprise, the place where I live in Delhi, there are a few cafes, and I was just checking out the menu, and I saw a menu. It was saying turmeric latte, 150 rupees. And and person next to me was in a very stylish manner, he was ordering it. And I asked him, have you ever drank haldi wala doodh? He said, yes, and this is the same thing which you're drinking. But what has happened is suddenly it has become it has gotten certificate from the West, and it has become very cool. So meditation, I think, is something which we have been teaching, and which is I will say, gift from India's heritage to the whole globe, and we have to really own it. Now, recently a study was done in Harvard where they figured out that if you just meditate every day for just 8 weeks, only 8 weeks, 20 minutes, not more than that, your brain structure will change. The whole structure will change. The hippocampus grows if you meditate.
So meditation is basically a concentration, Avinash?
Lakshmi ji, you have asked a very good question. Actually, this is the biggest myth. So no. So meditation is basically allowing your mind to rest. But when I say I need to concentrate, what happens is mind is focused. So then it is opposite of meditation. But concentration is an effect. It is an benefit which you get when you meditate. So once you open your eyes, then you will suddenly feel be more focused and concentrated. So meditation is just sitting with your. I mean, you need to use a little bit breathing and you need to do a little bit pranayam so that you can effortlessly sink in that space of meditation. But it is doing nothing. It is absolutely doing nothing. Because
Wow.
if thoughts are coming, let them come. Because we want to fight with the thoughts.
Yeah. So basically, in cricket में we बोलते हैं ना, bouncer आता है, just छोड़ दे. Like.
हाँ, बस वही छोड़ना है. हाँ.
అంటే నాకు హిందీ రాదు, తెలుగులో చెప్పగలరా?
తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే మీకు హిందీ రాదు. नहीं अविनाश जी, वो हिंदी में कविता भी लिखती है वो.
अरे वाह,
क्या बात.
That's why she's trying to tease us. Okay, that's good. So yeah. That's fantastic. So meditation is nothing like indirectly do nothing and
do nothing.
Be
Yes.
calm and don't think anything and
Now when you say don't think anything, it's tough.
Okay.
Because the rule of the mind is very, very different from the rule of the body. Body, you need to do anything, you have to put in effort. On the mind, you need to do effortlessness. Because if I'll say you right now, Lakshmi ji, just close your eyes for 10 seconds and don't think of a monkey, what he'll do is he'll just think of a monkey.
I know, yeah.
So not thinking is not the thing. It is doing nothing. Whatever happens, let it happen.
Yeah.
If thoughts are coming, let it come. If you some person whom you don't like, if his face is coming, let it come. Don't fight with it.
Oh, bowler balls ball डालते जाते हैं. We have to just leave it. That's it.
नहीं, जहाँ पे खेलना है वहाँ पे खेलना है. वो खेलना तो आँख खोल के है. बट हाँ, जब आँखें बंद है तब छोड़ते जाना है.
Very good. So हमारा आँख always बंद होता है ना.
हाँ.
Very good. So Lakshmi garu, what is your next question, Andy?
Next question, like stress that is causing so much issues in our life. Another one is ego. So how do we resolve this ego clashing?
So I always say, we have these 7 levels to our existence. We have as a human being, we have these 7 levels to existence. The first level is body. The second level is breath. The third level is mind. The fourth level is intellect. The fifth level is memory. The sixth level is ego. And 7th level is the self or the soul. Now this is one of the most, the levels which we have kind of, portrayed in a very negative manner, especially ego. So I will say, the way you take care of your body, like if you don't work out, you're not eating good food, you're not sleeping at right time, your body will be also it will not be in good shape, right? It will feel diseased. Same way, if you don't take care of your ego. So what I mean by ego, the antidote of ego is being natural. So have you seen sometimes kids will never show ego. They will fight, but 2 minutes later they'll again be friends with them. But with us, if somebody has spoken something to us in the not the right manner, we'll hold on for a lot of time. Yeah. So like, how it is, I'll give you very small. So we are with our very close people, like we are with our best friends, our family members, and we are really natural. We crack up jokes, we are like passing comments, we are like doing very naturally. But suddenly one stranger comes in that group and our whole persona changes, our whole body language changes. Why this happens? Because suddenly we create this wall. Okay, he's different and I'm different. That virtual wall of separateness is ego. And when you can feel more natural, automatically this wall becomes more easy to hack. So naturalness, if you can feel at home wherever you go, then you will suddenly see that ego issues will not happen. So being natural, being like a child, I'll say it's being like a child, like not childish.
So Lakshmi, be like
Yeah.
be like me. So automatically ego will be gone.
we should introduce our audience to you next week to learn
Okay.
Exactly.
We didn't know anything about you, K. Figure. I'm very sorry.
Okay, very good.
So,
you
Avinash,
go ahead, sorry. Yeah.
no
Yeah,
problem.
Lakshmi ji.
I would like to ask you, do you represent any religion?
No. So yeah, I practice. I'm an Hindu. But Art of Living doesn't represent any religion. So Art of Living is
Okay.
one of the most, I will say, the secular organizations in the world. Now present in 156. So the origin is India, but it is as secular as any religion, because the tool which we use is breath. And I think anybody of any religion, caste, creed, color breathes. And this has been the most powerful tool which has bridged so many gaps. And if you just see, India, Nepal, these are the two so-called practicing Hindu countries, but Art of Living is present in 156 countries, which are majority it is either Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and we have everybody who practice the Art of Living philosophy, who live this way of lifestyle. It's a lifestyle thing. So nothing to do with any religion, but breathing, being happy, that is the philosophy. And creating a one world family. So I was just I'm sharing with everybody that it has just been 2-3 days in Novi, and I have met so many people, and every house I go to, I just feel it's my house. The 2 days back I didn't know where I was staying also, but now 2 days later I have the house keys with me also. So that kind of belongingness when happens, when you feel that I have a family everywhere. How does it matter? Because of the caste, color.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is where I feel Art of Living has bridged many gaps between many societies, many communities coming together. In fact, in Ivory Coast, we had brought together two different communities who were very anti against each other. Like, they could not even see their face. And because of the Art of Living intervention, they kind of, helped each other to build each other's religious temples. This kind of
So,
intervention has, yes.
Yeah. And, so the question, you said that there is a session coming up in July, right? What is the date? Is it two
So
or
this
3 days?
session, so it's a 2-day session on 7th and 8th of July in Marriott, Detroit, downtown. And the timings will be 10 to 12 p.m. and 2 to 4 p.m. on both the days.
So is
And
there any fees? Is there any fees?
There is fees. Yes, there is a fees. There is fees $95 for the students. Okay, sorry, $295 for and general seats, and $495 for premium seating. So these are the two seating. I think the students thing got over, so it's there. Oh, sorry, it's still there. So it's $95 for the students. Anybody who is 18 and who's studying, $95 for them, $295 for general seating, and $495 for the premium seating.
Okay.
Is it full day training,
No.
Avinash?
10 to 12.
10 to 12 and 2 to 4 on both the days.
Okay.
And
So is it Pandit Ravishankar ji is coming to that one? Or
yes, so that is the most special part. That is why I'm here. So Shri Ravishankar ji is himself teaching these meditation techniques, and he's coming to Detroit after 10 years. So I always tell it's like if Mark Zuckerberg is teaching you coding, or if it's like LeBron James is teaching you basketball, or it's Sundar Pichai teaching you some amazing things about coding. How will you feel about that? So it's the same thing. Shri Ravishankar ji himself teaching meditation, it's as powerful as learning all the other things. And this is a text, this is a very ancient text, Vigyan Bhairav, and so this is very, very powerful. And we have a website for this. It is www.unveilinginfinity.org. unveilinginfinity.org. So for more details, you can log on to the website and you find more details. But I will really invite everybody, because this will be one of its own kind event which has never ever happened, and there are very few workshops which Shri Ravishankar ji teaches himself, and this is one of them. So yeah,
Wow.
I invite
That's great.
everybody.
That's fantastic, sir. So, since you talked about that particular event, you also talked about stress-free violence in Michigan, right?
Right.
What are you planning to do the program?
So we have some programs which we are doing across USA. So we have few programs which is called as it is a program which we do for war veterans who come from. It is called as Welcome Home Project Welcome Home Troops, where the people are suffering from PTSD. So we help them to get back to their normal life, because once they come from a war, they have a lot of trauma, stress. Yeah, and there is a free program. Then we have programs which we do in prisons. It is called as Prison Smart, where all the inmates are taught breathing techniques, meditation techniques, where so they can also come back with that sense of compassion, and they can come back and join the mainstream society, and without leaving all the past behind. And then we have a program for the inner city kids. It is Yes for Schools. It has made a lot of difference in some districts where the grades in the inner city schools have gone drastically high, and the pass percentage has become 80%. And in fact, some of the governments are supporting us, and they have made it compulsory for some schools to do it. And in fact, and we have other programs for colleges. It is called as for Yes Plus for the universities, and Happiness program for general public. So yeah, so this is so we know how can we bring a holistic change in the entire society for all the different segments of the society, and offering them different kind of programs. So yeah, in fact, yes, that's the way we are wanting to go ahead.
So Avinash, we have Guru Garu here, like in the earlier time.
Yeah.
Guru Garu to the show. He was on the drive and he couldn't talk. Now he would like to talk to you. Guru Garu, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi Garu. Yeah, namaskaram, sir. Hello, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you, sir. We told that he's going to be our point of contact for any questions that we have in our.
It will be my. I'm glad that I can even interact with him. It will be. I may also gain something from him.
No, that is true. That is true. Absolutely. So the world itself gives something every time. So,
absolutely.
And yeah. So we are always learners. We always learn new things, good things, and better things. So I was hearing you, Avinash. It was very great to meet you, and it was my honor. You made my days, because. So I was looking for you, like the people who can tell the people to make themselves happy. That's what I think your ideology, right? So you are trying to make the people. So happy meaning there are two kinds of happiness. Like one way is a plastic happy, and the other one is a natural happy, right?
Right.
So we are all having 90% of plastic happiness most of the time.
Right.
So you people, so art of living, the name itself says, the art of living, so that is most important. And even I do the same kind of stuff, but not like you, but a little bit of thing that I need to give something to society, because I got something, I got some happiness, so I need to give that back, right? So the same way I do a program called, that is in Telugu, that's a different way, but the meaning in English is Bhagavatam makes you better.
Oh, wow.
Simple. So you say art of living, I say Bhagavatam makes you better.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So I was listening to the mind concepts and the ego concepts of what you were explaining, and that was absolutely perfect. So I feel that mind is like, we need to tell the people like what exactly a mind is. So what exactly a mind is. So now a lot of the people doesn't know what really a mind is. Everyone has the mind, but they don't know what the mind is, right? So that is where we people, like you people, come into the picture and explain what we have inside. So that is most important to the people, to understand what they have inside, because everyone can analyze what they see outside, because they can see, but inside they can't see. So you people are trying to visualize the things which we cannot see, right? The mind, let us say the mind. We have a mind, but we cannot see the mind, right? So how can we see the mind? Is it important to see the mind, or is it to know the mind is most important? Knowing the mind, why, even if knowing the mind is most important, why do you want to know about the mind? See, I would say mind is like a bundle of thoughts. Mind is like a child. What you feed that's how the mind will become, right? So you can correct me, you can correct the people. So there are always different kinds of directions to get the awareness in people and make them happy and natural happy. So that makes whatever you say, the peace in the country or in the world, the natural happy. Because always if you say happy, people will say, oh, we are happy. We are going to the movies, we are happy, we are getting the money, we are getting a job, we have the family, we are happy. What kind of happy is that? See, that is the slight difference between a natural happy and just a happy. That's what we would say. So that's what in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says, right? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. That's what he says to Arjuna, because Arjuna he knows how to fight, but he has a question: why to fight? That is the most important. Why? It's not how. How to meditate is good, but why to meditate is important, right? So that's all I would like to say to the people, whoever on the call, understand the meditation technique. That's good, but understand why to do a meditation. That's most important, because that why can change the whole life.
Right. Beautiful. So beautifully put it.
Right. So that's all I can say, Avinash. It was nice talking to you. God bless you. So
thank you so much.
Keep going.
Please keep sending your blessings to me and to the whole world. I mean, it is such an honor that you are spreading such wisdom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Avinash.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Guru Garu.
thanks, Jagan Garu.
Guru Garu, thank you so much, sir, for coming and giving us, your perspective of art of living. Thank you.
Right.
Because we can learn a lot from you. Not only this show. As Avinash ji, Guru Garu continuing his Bhagavatam Vinte Bhagavataru, I think one program. Basically when you listen, it's similar to art of living from his perspective. I'm using Bhagavatam. And it is between 8 and 9, and he explains very well and lot of stories.
Wow.
And he's doing that show for the past few months now, and it is very, very popular now.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
That's such a big service.
Yeah, he gives each and every explanation why and how, and it compares with the regular day-to-day activities and why it came and what was the contest and all other things. It is really nice to hear those kind of features. Thank you, sir. Guru Garu, thank you so much. So Avinash ji, finally, we need to wrap this up, and we have another 7 or 8 minutes. So I think one suggestion I would like to know. First of all, to start our meditation program, and as a person, I might have. See, I pray God every day. I don't know. I feel that during that time I also do some kind of meditation. That's what I feel, because I think, but at the same time I make sure that I stop thinking about those kind of things. But during prayers we do meditation. Likewise, is there any way that we can simply adopt these meditation activities?
I always, praying to God is one of the most powerful things. But my only thing when I say that, sometimes when you're praying to God also, our thoughts are our hindrance. We feel, okay, why are these thoughts coming then? So I always say meditation is like listening to God. Like that's what Shri Avinash, while you are meditating, you are listening to what God is saying. And once you meditate, the prayers have much, much more deeper meaning. So one of the things which you can just start, we have many apps also. We have an app, Sattva app, SATTVA, and there are very simple, basic meditation techniques which you can practice every single day without doing much. Yeah, and we'll also keep having our sessions in different places. So Like we have our different centers in Detroit, Canton, Novi, Troy, Grand Rapids, Lansing, and you can find this on our website, Rochester and Blooming Hills. But I will suggest what you're saying is absolutely right. But taking out little time, paying attention on the breath, becoming aware how the breath is going. And I always say this meditation yoga is something to be learned from somebody, because these are little deep things. Like we learn everything else. If you can learn that, you will suddenly see how deeper you can go in. But there are apps where you can learn it and you can practice it for general use. Yes.
Okay, one last question, sir, because we have 2 minutes left. And first of all, would like to know more, a couple of major points about the Shri Ravi Shankar. And the second thing is, what is unwilling infinity? And would you like to share something about that to our listeners? So
yes. So Shri Ravi Shankar is a humanitarian and a spiritual leader who has, I will say, brought this whole world together, created this one world family, and with this amazing compassion and care for the society. How we have bridged so many solutions, how we have got the society together and making the world a better place to live in. He always says this, that, if there are 3-4% people who are doctors and who are healing the other 96-95% people, the way there are 4-5% civil engineers who are making the infrastructure for the other people, there are people who are doing the coding for the rest of the people. If just 1% population starts meditating, the 99% people will feel peaceful in their life. So he is himself coming here to do this discourse on Vigyan Bhairav, and that is what we call unveiling infinity. And it will be I will say, one of the most powerful experiences you can gain, and especially learning. Like I am a teacher with Art of Living Foundation. I am also I train the teachers. When teachers are becoming teachers for Art of Living, I train them. So I am also a good trainer. But once you learn from the person who started this foundation, it is an absolutely different realm. And learning in presence of an master, getting the knowledge and wisdom and meditation techniques, this is phenomenal. And this Vigyan Bhairav, it has 112 techniques of meditation. And I think in this session, these 4 sessions, he will be covering around 15 to 20 meditation techniques, which are very, very amazing. So yes, an invitation to all the people listening and hearing, and if they can even inspire your people, because we need to create a happier world, more people meditating, more people feeling peace in the life.
Avinash, really, really appreciate you for your time, coming to our show and helping us understand how to stress-free live and live better, how to learn art of living, and many, many other things. These kind of things never get bored, at least for me. I really, really enjoy talking all these conversations. I hope we'll get a chance to talk to you or personally meet you and discuss more about this.
For sure.
Due to time constraints, we may have to wrap it up right now. But thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much. And you're doing a great thing by, at least making this awareness with different people coming in for the society and the community. That's a big initiative. And really thanks to you for inviting me. And it's my honor to come and speak. Thanks a lot. Really, thank you.
Yeah, Avinashji, like we are also going to have recording this session, and we will be publishing the YouTube link in our website.
Wow.
If someone was not able to join this program, they can listen to our conversation. But
sure.
As Lakshmi Garu said, thank you so much for joining us. Definitely DCL has one of the best programs that we have, we conducted so far. And thank you for all your
Thank
time.
you so much.
Okay. Would you like to say a last two words to our listeners before we wrap it up, Avinash?
I mean, like how Gurudev says, this life is too short to worry. It's time to contribute and be happy and make others happy. So you never know when will the life end. So be happy and make others happy.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Listeners, please don't go anywhere. We have a great program coming up next. Guru Garu is going to help us understand Bhagavatam, Vinte Bhagavatam.